welcome to Physical Science Lab. Today we are going over some distance interaction models and how magnets can interact without actually physically touching. So our first question is, what is an action at a distance interaction? As we observed in class, even though the two carts that had magnets in them were not touching at all, they were still capable of repelling each other and producing an external kinetic energy force. Now, what we can tell from that is that there was no external kinetic energy force required to separate these carts. Nothing was pushing them as far as a hand or anything like that. So we know it must have something to do with the magnets repelling each other. Something I think is magnetic plasticity, or something along the lines of elastic potential energy. So this would be magnetic potential energy propelling the carts without a external kinetic energy input. Now for our second question, Carson's going to answer, and the second question is, how can two magnets interact without touching? Is it air? Is it particles? Is it a field?
So two magnets can interact with each other through a magnetic field. It's not particles because they still connect through a barrier. They still connect to each other or attract each other or repel each other even if there's a barrier in between them. And it's not air because when there's no air, like in a vacuum, there is still an attraction, or the magnets are repelling each other. So it's a magnetic field.
All right, and after that lovely answered question, we're moving on to number 3. What happens to the speed of something as it falls? Explain as if talking to a peer who hasn't done the experiment.
Alright, so what happens to the speed of something as it falls? Well, as something falls, it'll speed up at a constant rate, thanks to gravity, because that's how gravity works.
And to elaborate a little bit further on that, we noticed while measuring a falling object, it accelerated at a linear rate. So we know that that is a constant speed with a maintaining acceleration. And something we also noticed is that when objects are accelerating to a larger gravitational force, it is accelerating toward the center